Good morning. So what does the research say about cortisol and exercise? I feel like that's going around somewhere on the internet and a lot of people are seeing it, so we're getting a hell of a lot of questions. So I thought I'd just do the right thing and have a good look around at what the research shows. And overall, just giving a balanced perspective, it seems a little bit mixed. So some of the results show it raised here, it decreased here, but the trend seems to actually be that exercise helps you adapt, and in a lot of cases seems to reduce over time, and actually it probably isn't as relevant as a lot of people are making it out. Now I'll share a few things with you who are watching rather than listening today, but you'll see here, this is a graph on here. So this is endurance exercise, and then this is placebo and resistance exercise. So that's placebo, or control rather, not placebo. And this is resistance exercise. So resistance exercise, as you can see there, you get a decrease rather than an increase, whereas endurance had that increase. Now, it might be that the endurance exercise was more intense, so you might assume that actually maybe the resistance exercise wasn't intense enough. But either way, you can see it coming down even 15 minutes post. So how relevant is it, given that exercise is there to create an adaptation? Like, it's almost like saying, even if both of them raised it, would I be concerned? Well, not really. It's like saying, I shouldn't go for a run, because when people go for runs or walk or do cardiovascular work, their lungs work harder. That's a given. Like, your need for oxygen increases, and we need oxygen to live. Like, you could portray it in many ways. Of course, long-term chronic cortisol elevation isn't good, but this is due to our lifestyle, not just our exercise. If you're exercising like 5-6 times a day, high intensity all the time, constantly on it, then potentially we've got a problem here. If you're doing half an hour 3 times a week or so, you've got nothing to worry about at all. An hour 3 times a week or so, nothing to worry about at all. But what we want to look at here is your sleep, your stress management, and all of these variables. So let's go one step further. This one, postmenopausal women, and this is looking at hormonal responses of a high impact session. So again, high impact, high intensity, cortisol decreased by 36% during exercise and a further 14% during the next 2 hours. Interesting, right? And it's a good reminder that actually some of the stuff you see on the internet is going to be a little bit dramatized and dramatic and extreme and cherry picked, but overall it comes back to exercise is really, really important for our health, for our mood, for our energy, and however we can get it in, we've got to get it in. And worrying about what it might do, what might be happening, isn't the best thing to do. Like, the moment we demonize exercise, I think we've completely gone too far. And I hope this just sums up and helps you look at this a bit differently and question. My real goal for this is for you just to question things you see online, because I've had people say, I read something online that women shouldn't be doing exercise like this because of cortisol levels. And I was like, where has this research come from? Like, it's nowhere to be seen. It's just made up. And ultimately, if they're worried about cortisol, what we should really be concerned about, of course, if you're doing, like I said, like high intensity exercise 3 times a day, morning, and you're deficient in calories, deficient in nutrients, not sleeping, stressed out, working late nights, posture poor, no water, this is a different question altogether. But in this instance, it's taken out of context and been quite scaremongering for people who would massively benefit from a mental health point of view and physiological point of view from getting the exercise done. So anyway, I hope that helps. Any questions, as always, let me know, and I'll see you.